Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in bonnie Scotland. Well, I've got a little impromptu metal detecting session. I didn't expect to have the time to get out today, but I'm probably going to have about 2.5, maybe even 3 hours. So I've got a little barley stubble field that's just been harvested. Anything is possible. I've messaged the other guys, but so far no reply. So who knows, I might be joined by someone else, or it might just be me. Right, let's go and see what there is to be found. Oh, and if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then I'd appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Alright, let's go. We're in with a very quick signal. Solid 89, to be honest. Sounds a bit too good. Silver on the first hole, or maybe, oh, you know what, hang on, I can see something maybe right on the surface. I think it's actually just fallen in the crack. Oh, that's a stone. I thought that was maybe a shotgun cap or a bottle top. Right, take two. So, hopefully, we're in the ground. Could be silver, I doubt it. Could be a bottle top. Well, it wasn't deep. Come on, I deserve to get off to a flyer here. As you know, first target always, no matter what it is, goes in the video. Well, it's a buckle. Well, I'm pretty chuffed with that. That is not a bad start at all. A D buckle. I've had a few D buckles recently. Must be something in the air. But an old horse buckle. And it's probably going to be 1850, 1950, and it's off of the reins or the leather accoutrements of a horse. Probably one that was pulling the plough in the field before the tractor was invented. Well, that's a good start. Oh, and I've cut myself again. Well, I got an hour and a half without another target. I peaked a little bit too soon. The field is very quiet. There's a little bit of iron in the background, but generally there's no signals at all, not even any junk. So what I've done, I've changed over to Relic program 9, and I've changed my discrimination IAR up to 3. So I was hoping that might pull out 1 or 2 deeper targets, and only 10 minutes later, got an 84-85. Now, it might be complete and utter rubbish, but you know what? It's good to be digging a hole. Well, it's out. So, moment of truth. Is it junk, or could it actually be a target? You can see something green right there. That is it. Well, it wasn't the deepest, but it's a thing. I was going to say it might have a wee bit of age to it, but it's got red paint on it, so I doubt it. There you go. It's got a hole going all the way through by the looks of it. There's Leslie's wee tool to the rescue, as ever. Invaluable, this little thing. Les, are you going to make any more anytime soon? If so, drop me an email, because I know people are always looking for them, and I know that you normally sell out quicker than you can make them. But let me know. So yeah, I'm going to put that down as tractor junk. But at least I found a target. And again we've got another one. Sounds pretty good. 89. Wee bit high for a coin, I think. But happy to be proved wrong. Maybe I dug in the wrong place slightly. Take 2. We're out. We're out. 88. Don't think it's going to be a coin, but only one way to find out. What's that? We might have a musket ball, or a fishing weight. Oh, I think it's a fishing weight. It is. See the hole? Well, it's not massively old. I'm very close to the River Tay, which is the longest river in Scotland, and it's very famous for fishing, particularly for Atlantic salmon. And I would say that someone who's been going fishing or coming back from fishing has taken a little cut across this field that I'm detecting in, and they've dropped a little non-toxic, these used to be made of lead, but that's a non-toxic one. So they've dropped this little fishing weight. But there you go, probably no more than 10 or 20 years old, I would say, but it's a find. Right next to my fishing weight, which was right there, we've got another one. A wee bit lower, 85. Someone dropped 2 fishing weights. We're out. Well, targets are coming in, that's the main thing. Nothing worse than walking about and finding absolutely nothing. What's that? Oh, well, I think we've got a lead seal. And we have got a lead seal. Fantastic. Well, I was getting worried that this was going to be one of those days, because I've had 2 sessions recently, just in the last 7 days, where I have found, other than tin cans and aluminium and ring pools, I have found absolutely nothing. So I wasn't able to produce a single bit of video. That's the downside of metal detecting, but that is a lead seal. Fantastic. So that is, that's a flax seal. I can see a 1, an 8, a 2, and then possibly an 8, 1828. So almost 200 years old. Let me get you in the sun a wee bit. So that is a flax seal. You can see here and here is where the string or the ribbon would have passed through. And this would have been attached to bales of flax. It's almost certainly Russian. And the flax has come probably from Russia or from one of the other Baltic states, which are now independent, like the Ukraine or Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. It's come from that kind of area, and they sent flax over here to be milled in the mills, which were powered by the river that I just mentioned. The River Tay provided the power for the water wheels, and from that they used to mill the flax into, amongst other things, linen, but also jute as well was a big industry, a really heavy, itchy, scratchy, hard-wearing fabric material that was often used in things like the backing for carpets and stuff like that, because it was very, very hard wearing. Also used for sacks as well in the days before plastic. All your carrots and potatoes and such like used to go in those sort of off-brown coloured sacks, Hessian or flax sacks. So there you go. That is very nice. So someone's just literally pulled this off and thrown it away, and here it is. Almost 200 years later. Brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy to be finding stuff. A very faint 88 to 91 produces this. And came from a real good depth down, about 11 inches. And I'm guessing it was a bit of a debatable target, but I think it's been galvanised. And that's the reason why it kind of didn't come out as an iron target. But still, good depth from the relic mode. Again, we've got a lovely signal coming through. I'm starting to get to enjoy programme number 9, Relic. Glad I watched a few videos. If you want to know more about the different programmes, Gary, who's got the XP DEUS, I think it's called the Skills School, well worth a look, because I've learned a huge amount. But just here is a pretty good 82, 83. And to me that sounds potentially coin-like. However, I am right next to the edge of the field, which does always make you wonder. Tin can. Well, at least it's not deep. Still sounds pretty good. Where is my garret? There we go. The garret carrot. Somewhere over here. Ah, it's a coin, look. There is an imprint. Oh, a lovely wee imprint. Right there. And there is a coin. It's still got a bit of mud attached to it. There is a coin, and there is an imprint. Virtually on the surface, I think, or just under. Ah, it's Victoria. Well, that's quite a nice Victoria. I'm making a wee bit of a mess of it, but there we go. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. Brilliant. These are all too often worn smooth, although look at this, the back's not in the best of condition. Let's get the bendy thumb on there. Well, you can see Britannia. We've got a date. That's the important thing. 1863. So there you go. The young Victoria with her bun head, as it's called. Look at that portrait is fantastic. So Victoria, by the grace of God, Queen of the Britons, Defender of the Faith. And she was on the throne from about 1836 until 1901. 62 years and 250 days, something like that. The second longest reigning monarch in British history. Queen Elizabeth Queen Elizabeth II gets first place. Victoria gets second place. And George III, he gets third place. He was on the throne for 60 years. But yeah, Victoria, fantastic. So I've told you a lot about her in the past. She wasn't actually called Victoria, she was Alexandrina. She took the throne at 5 foot tall, 18 years of age, and she ruled for almost 63 years. She also survived multiple assassination attempts. She was shot at. She was one time she was actually hit with a walking cane. Someone whacked her on the back of the head. And there was one Scotsman called Roddy MacLean, if I remember rightly. Big Roddy. He tried to kill her something like 14 times. Eventually he was arrested, stood trial for treason, for which he could have been hung, but he was found not guilty. And instead he was found to be mentally ill. He was put in a mental institute where he lived for, I think, about 40 years until he eventually died. Never got his freedom. So there you go. The crazy Scots. Fantastic. Over the moon with that. It's a beautiful coin. All too often they are worn smooth as a baby's bum, but not this one. I've got a good signal here, but before I dig it, for anyone who's an XP DEUS 2 user, I'd be interested to hear, what version are you running your detector on? I am currently running on 0.71, or is it 0.72? I think it's 0.71. I haven't done an update in probably best part of a year. Now obviously they brought out the 1, which was a bit of a disaster. It was very quickly followed by the 1.1. I was watching a video yesterday of the Dukes of Derbyshire, who's got a YouTube channel, who's a detectorist, and he put up his settings at the start of the video and he was on 0.71, and I thought, well, that's strange, because I remember him doing a video about 1.1 and having been on 1 earlier. I messaged him and he very kindly replied to say that he'd reverted back to 0.71, that he just couldn't get to grips with it. He was getting lots of false targets, false signals with iron. And I know Pete has been running at 1.1 and he's had the same problem. So I'd be interested to hear. For the moment, until Detectiveville at least, I'm sticking with 0.71. But I might upgrade it later. But let me know in the comments. Now here. $69, $72, lead, or maybe a button. Good, it's out. I'm happy that I'm not having to do too much digging, and also, as you can see, the soil is not particularly stony here. It's actually quite wet ground. This area is quite boggy. Where is it? It is on. That's in here. Right, we're here somewhere. Oh, I was going to say it's in my hand, but I must have dropped it. What's that? There we go. Nope, that's a stone. Oh, there it is there. Ah, darn, look at that. It's the end of a moo tube. A tubus muus, as Mr. Cleggie would say. So an ointment that was used probably for cystitis, like an infection of the udders. Sometimes it could be eye drops as well, but used to treat normally cows, but it could be sheep, could be pigs. So, junk. Or maybe it's mastitis rather than cystitis, but it's something titus or itis. This has been the best day I've had in a long time. Well, there, you hear that? There's an iron target in there, and for that reason it was skewing the signal. But look, that is, I think this time, a musket ball. Well, it might even be a pistol shot. It's definitely not a fishing weight though. Perfectly round. It's possibly not even been fired, or if it has been fired, it's gone into some pretty soft ground. That's where the sprue would have been, which is the little spout when you pour the lead into the mould. And that's probably, I would think that's probably from a pistol. It's quite small, and normally the rifle ones are a good bit bigger than that, but happy to be corrected. But date wise, probably 16, 17 into the beginning of the 1800s. So we've had coins throughout the Georgian period and also as early as William III out of this field. So that's going back to the 1680s. So nice, happy with that, very happy. Well, you might recognise those legs. I've been joined by Cruella de Vil, also known as Mr. Martin. Oh, he's smoking a cigarette. So, got myself a 68, 69. He's not come to detect, he's just come to walk his dog. Seeing as I'm fairly local to where he lives without giving the game away. Still in the hole. Martin could be doing this for me, you know, saving my energy. 60. Hammer coin territory. Or tin foil. Well, there you go. Hammered, oh sorry, tin foil. Damn. This one was a 76. It was pretty chirpy. I thought it was actually going to be aluminium, but it's a bullet, probably a long 303. But ultimately, it's well, it's not junk, but it's better than junk. Okay, we've got a screamer of a target. .96, 97. Now it could be something absolutely amazing, or it could be a bottle top. Oh, we're out. Marty's all excited. Oh, look at him poking about my hole. Get away with you. Right, I've put the pinpointer. Right, come on. Come on. Something epic. Oh, oh. It's a, oh I don't believe it, it's a flipping hexagonal thing. It's the top off of a, I don't believe it. It's a, I don't know, threaded something or other. Damn, tractor related. Oh well. Well folks, that is it. I'm going to leave it there. Standing in beside this old flax mill, which was built sometime around about 1720, so there you go, older than the United States of America and still standing. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. So that is a pretty good day. Trust me, it's a lot better than the last few days that I've had, because I've been going out, as I say, the last two outings I've done about 3.5 to 4.5 hours each time, and I've found absolutely nothing, not a thing. So no video whatsoever. So at least today I've got something to show you. So let's have a look. And also, if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then hit the button. And hopefully I'll see you on the next dig. Right, let's have a wee look at the finds. So that's the extent of the better finds. Obviously some of them are still junk, but that's what's in the pocket. It started off great with a debuckle just in the first few minutes. Got what I thought was a musket ball, turned out to be a fishing weight. However, in the end, I got a musket ball, and I always love finding a musket ball. Well, I say musket, I think it's a pistol shot. Then we've got a few bits of tractor junk. We've got a big 303 bullet, probably Second World War era, and a beautiful lead seal. Always love finding these, and this one is in pretty good condition. 1820 something, 1829, 1828, something like that. So almost 200 years old. And if anyone can read Russian, then let me know what it says. For me, find of the day. That is a beautiful halfpenny of Queen Victoria. So back in the day, a penny would have bought you 6 eggs or a loaf of bread. So a halfpenny in 1863 was a reasonable amount of money. Probably get about half a pint of beer for that. So, fantastic. I'm happy with that. At least I finally got something to show you all. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next dig. Take care.